Last year, we exceeded growth for the first time in over 6 years. So that was really exciting for us.
It's going to be equal to 4 and be solving for the longest.
All right.
Thank you. All right, if you guys see anything,
The future of education is now. Schools across the country are striving to stabilize and improve as we return to normal. Many are grappling with the challenges of learning loss, teacher retention, and instructional equity. It is troubling that a high percentage of teachers leave the profession within their first 5 years, never to return to the classroom. They report a lack of actionable professional learning and challenges with classroom management as primary reasons. Schools are currently investing tremendous resources to tackle these challenges, but the technical complexity can be overwhelming in the classroom. Finally, there's a single classroom video solution that addresses all these needs. Meet Kloud-12, the one-device 360-degree HD video solution for education. With Kloud-12, professional learning is simplified and improved. Teachers, mentors, and instructional coaches evaluate recorded lessons, leading to actionable feedback and enhanced performance. Learning loss can be supported with the creation of lesson libraries for flexible access to content. Kloud-12 simplifies this for teachers by allowing them to simultaneously record and live stream for hybrid teaching with ease. Do you want to create a better learning environment? Simply the presence of our camera has proven to reduce student behavior incidents by as much as 70%. There's a good reason that Kloud-12 is in thousands of classrooms today, with over 1 million videos created and growing. Kloud-12 takes the complexity out of video, making for happier teachers, safer classrooms, and thriving students.
Many people see the face value benefits of classroom management, discipline, catching kids doing things wrong, or being able to follow up with situations like fights. But I've seen the reflective piece really make a difference. It's amazing the difference that it can have in a teacher who watches themselves and sees it for themselves. Their discovery of the issues within the classroom. Watching and being reflective, watching your practice and being a reflective practitioner is being the ultimate teacher, and always learning and growing to be the best that you can be. And Kloud-12 allows our teachers to do that.
After I'm teaching, it is very helpful for me to look and see what I did well, what I could improve upon. And though I hate to hear my voice played back, as many people probably do, it has proven to be helpful. So I know what I need to change or switch if ever I come back around to that concept, standard or less.
I specifically used it in whole group math and small group time to see how my kids are engaged, maybe when I'm not standing right over them, and to be able to see how can I improve engagement and how can I really make sure my kids are getting them.
I had a student who was absent for a while and say, hey, watch this video, watch this recording of me teaching, your class on Friday. We went over like terms, you were absent. We're going to have a quiz sometime soon. This will help you get your notes done. And that way I don't have to spend a bunch of time reteaching.
Sure. You can go back and reflect on your own teaching practices to see where you have room for growth, and that's quite beneficial. But I actually like to use it from a collaborative standpoint, because teaching math, we collaborate a lot in our classrooms. So what I tend to use it for at the beginning of the school year particularly, I use it as a reflective tool to help teach collaboration in my class, so that we can reflect on their behavior and recognize the positive, productive collaboration, in addition to being able to see the room for growth in their collaboration. And then of course, as the year progresses, we can actually use it during periods of time when we feel like we need to go back and revisit the lessons and see what kinds of things we need to go back and brush up on, things like that, as far as our collaborative groups are concerned. So that has been an awesome tool in my classroom. The children really enjoy it, and they definitely like pointing out the things that they do well, but they're actually very good at pointing out the things that they need to work on. And I think as a student, that to me is an indicator of student growth and maturity, and I feel like that has been one of the biggest points and one of the most positive points of having Kloud-12 in my
After
class.
getting over the initial apprehension and using the program, I found a lot of ways that it's very helpful. And one way in particular was when I was teaching a figurative language lesson, I was able to go back and self-reflect on what I had done, and I noticed that I had forgotten to teach my students 2 important types of figurative language, allusion and pun, which they would need in an activity that we were going to do, which was an escape the room using figurative language.
We just don't want to leave any kid behind. Yeah. But if we can all wrap her up and maybe give us some little tips and things. But we got, Kim, you want to get the anchor paper, and they maybe can divide and conquer. One can do reading, one can do math. And Foster, you just pick.
It allows for our staff to be able to watch their classes and their instruction, to see their best practices from a different view right then and there from when they're used to teaching. So we've been utilizing it with our instructional coaches, with our administrative teams and PLCs, to allow them to watch their actual teaching and reflect on their practices to improve the content that they're delivering to our students.
You can look back and reflect on your practice. If you did a new lesson or taught a new topic, you can go back and watch how it went, see what changes might need to be made for the future. If you tried a new thing where your students are working more independently, you can go back and check in and see how it went from their perspective, and whether you need to maybe change how you give directions or be a little more hands-on with certain students. And something that I haven't done but I think would be really great, you could ask a coworker, ask a fellow teacher, hey, I know you do X, Y, and Z in your classroom. Could you send me your recording so I can watch it? Then you don't have to find coverage to go observe. You don't have to be a celebrity in their room and take the focus off of the work from their students.
Use it as a reflective tool. We began that particular journey with giving teachers guided questions. They could pick any clip they wanted to reflect and answer, like it was called Watch Yourself. And so they were very surprised at the things and the behaviors that they exhibited in their instructional practices and their instructional delivery. So it really impacted them and got them to reflect and maybe improve or maybe adjust some of the instructional practices.
One way that it is helpful for students is if they happen to miss a class period, you can clip the videos so that they can get the portion that they need to help them be successful.